guys, Robert here. Today I'm going to show you my custom platform camper bed I built in my Subaru Forester for my biking and camping adventures. There's a few unique elements that I built into this platform bed and entire camping setup, and let's get started and I'll show you. There's three sections to this platform. The base section, which is a fixed unit, although it does fold up, we'll show you momentarily. The middle unit, and then the headboard unit, which also is going to double as a table, which we'll show you. Some features back here, I've left space underneath. This way I can store various items while I'm camping, tents and so forth, but also when the platform is not in use, we can put groceries under there. In order to get a little more room, I carved out and cut the edges along the side here, along the tire wall, and then dipped back in along where the door is. Quite a bit of mitering and cutting going on, and then painted the whole entire platform a stain of walnut. I secured the base, as you see here, with a hinge and screwed in. This way the whole entire unit is stable, which also allows for the top portions of the platform to be stable. Let's move around to the side. So as you can see here, the headboard hovers over top of this cooler. This screws into wood underneath, which are secured on either side. You can see there's two at the base and then two up front. Underneath you can see that there's space. I keep books in here, keep my glasses, flashlight during the night, so I have it easily accessible. So let's take a look at the headboard, how we get this off, and then what its next purpose is. Taking it apart is pretty darn easy. Unscrew this one, pop this out, keep them together so you don't lose the parts. Same with this one. And then finally, last but not least, this leg, which there's a hole on top, and the bolt goes through into that leg, and then to store everything underneath. Remember to put these back in the door over there. I didn't want to take up space in the back, so I specifically got this size with the seat up, it fits. That's it for this part of the setup. Now let's break it down. Quite simply, I have these rails that I built up to the top with a small gap that would accommodate the width of the wood. They also act as support, so just pop it in, and there you go. I also use it as a table. It's quite stable, and it's come in handy for sure. So in it goes. Let's go back up and get the middle piece. So the middle piece, it's the same thing. I have two connection points with the screw and that wing nut, and then I'll go to the other side to get the second one. And I'll show you how I'm fastening it below here. So this one, I put the legs here, which support right at the edge, the top of this area. I put 3 legs in there so it didn't bow. It also is, it was necessary to make these legs shorter than the base legs because it does angle up a bit, so I had to accommodate the fact that it's not completely even. You can see I put an extra board here. Tabletop is secured and then screwed in. Now this goes back here. So this doesn't have a second fancy function like the table. Before I put the middle piece back on top, I want to show you one other feature that I put in here. This actually swings out. If I need to get into the storage area underneath, it's easy to do so. I've also added hooks around the legs for bungee strapping things down. One other trick I did was to secure the base to that hinge with wing nuts. Wing nuts unlock, and the whole thing comes out. Now that this is all together, finally, I don't want it to be sliding around. I have a pretty simple system. So I use a couple of seat clamps to secure the whole thing down so it doesn't move. As you can see here, it's kind of a primitive solution, but it works. It's effective. There's one, and there's number 2. If there's an accident, this isn't all going to roll around in the car and injure anyone. As well as a level platform like this, now I can hold things on top, grocery bags, as well as still have storage underneath. Let me just show you with the seats up. Platform bed turns into shelving area. So now we'll take a look at the system completely set up. All tarps, chairs, eating area, living area, sleeping area. Basically, this campsite ready to roll. The tarp here, which is a key piece of equipment. 2 days of rain in my 5-day camping, or I should say 2 nights. And it was really a lifesaver being able to sit under there without getting wet. Also during the evening, I was able to store all of my kit underneath there, keep it dry instead of dragging it all inside. I have the bike rack still in place. When I initially set this up, I thought that would be a hassle, but in fact, I've been able to hang things off of it. It's been a great rack. And since I don't get in the vehicle from the back, because I want to use this as a usage area and a storage area, plus it's really a pain in the butt to climb over top of all that, I was able to leave it there. So organization wise, I've done it in 5 sections. I've got this large green one for all dry goods, tarps, locks, tools, bags, etc. The one over here is my mountain bike kit. And then here you've got the food container, which includes both cooking utensils as well as the food itself. The electronic container, which is here, you can see it inside. Cables, charger, camera holders, anything related to technology. On top of that is Jackery charger, which has been a real nice feature. Just purchased that one, and able to charge laptops, cell phones, etc. Little folding chair, which is a nice feature also, and my carpet. Moving around the side is the bed set up here, the platform underneath with this piece here. This top part, the headboard, goes back in for a table in the back. Air mattress, sleeping bag, and pillows. This is the dressing area. Having that bag really didn't work out too good. One of my challenges is I have to bring both clothes plus mountain biking clothes, and I have to change every day. So shorts, jersey, socks, everything. So that gets pretty full. That shower, although not the highest quality and quite stinky plastic, that is another nice piece of equipment. Being able to get cleaned up when there's no water after a mountain bike ride and you're sweaty and dusty, so nice. On the driver's side, I simply put my little backpack up there, which I keep more personal items, books, writing journal, pocket knives. And then again, one of the reasons I went with the 3/4 bed, to be able to have this seat back go up and have an area, a living area that functions as a couple different things. Obviously I can sit in here and read, I can work on my computer, but also it's the way I get into the bed. I'll give you a demonstration for the fun. So climb in, spin over, voila, sleeping dreams. There is no sitting up inside here, which again is why having that chair up like that has been a really nice feature. Okay, so that's it. The car is packed, ready to travel. Let's just take a final look at how I set the packing up. As you notice, I've got bungees on all the equipment so it doesn't fly around in case there's an accident or just moving in general. Here's the dry storage, clothes storage, all the things underneath that I mentioned earlier, including the carpet that was below here. And then to the side, kitchenware and food, dry food, electronics box, water, toolbox, and of course the same place is the cooler, and then the bike bag. Up front, yeah, ready to drive. Any questions, any ideas, comments, please let me know. I'm happy to hear from you and answer any questions that you might have. As always, this is your Intrepid Traveler, Roberto, over and out.